Here we have a 2022 Nissan Kicks. This one comes in the SV trim level in fresh powder on charcoal cloth. And the powertrain consists of a 1.6 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder mated to a continuously variable transmission. And there's our front end there. Have halogen headlamps. And then down here we have 17-inch aluminum wheels. Passive keyless entry. And here are the controls for the power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors. And there's our driver's seat there. So I'm 6'3", and that's my leg room. And I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. Not necessarily uncomfortable because I'm able to fit my knees right here. And it's still kind of cushy. I just wouldn't do this for a long period of time. But I do have about ½ an inch of headroom. Then we have 2 USB chargers back here. And there's a view of the front from back here. Let's go ahead and check out the back. And a huge shout out to Nissan of Cool Springs for letting me review this Kicks today. There's the back end. And there's a view of the cargo space there. And then if you want to even fold them flat, you can just pull this up. And there you have extra space. And then we can just fold the seat back up and it locks back into place. And there we have our front passenger seat there. Now we'll take a look at the engine bay. And there's that 1.6 liter 4-cylinder. And now we'll hop in the driver's seat. So I like how Nissan is pretty much trying to put flat bottom steering wheels in all their vehicles because they really do make a difference. They're just really sporty and just fun to handle. But over here we have our radio. So there's our home screen and we can customize that. Different views there. We get AM, FM, and Bluetooth audio. And then we also have our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And there's our backup camera and the guidelines turn as you turn the steering wheel. And then down here we have our automatic single zone climate controls. And then down there we have a 12 volt a USB-C and then a USB-A port there. And then we have our electronic parking brake, which you pull up to engage, press down to disengage, and then our automatic brake hold there. And I was skeptical about it at first, but I really like how they put it there, up and out of the way, but still you're able to get to it. And then for our shifter, reverse, neutral, drive, low mode. Then we have our cup holders there. Have a little center console cubby space there. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. There's the glove compartment with owner's manuals. And to the left side of the steering wheel, we have our volume controls, trackless controls, back button, and then we use these arrows here to go through our gauge cluster. It's very interesting. The middle and the left side is digital and the right side is just a needle. But it's kind of growing on me, actually. First I thought it was kind of weird. But it's nice to have that there, especially this tachometer. It looks so good. I love how they have it digital and then you have the fuel range in the middle. There's our push button start there. Right side of the steering wheel, Bluetooth controls, and then our intelligent cruise controls, and we can adjust the gap position for that. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. And then one more thing, let's take a look at this window sticker. So this one stickers right at $23,155. And now we're gonna go ahead and take this 2022 Nissan Kicks SV out on the road for a quick test drive. So for the kind of vehicle this is, the powertrain setup is actually decent. I would have personally rather had a 2-liter, but the 1.6 is probably manageable for most people that are looking at vehicles in this segment. I mean, you get 31 miles per gallon in the city, 36 on the highway. And that's probably a deciding factor when looking at a vehicle like this, especially one that's under $25,000. And for that, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of city driving, the 1.6 is going to do you the most good and still give you adequate power when you need it. And the ride's okay, actually. It's just a tad, you can feel it. Of course, it's a very small, I don't even want to call it an SUV, more like a station wagon, but it's just, you can feel the road, but it's definitely not rough. And like I said when I did the interior, I really like that they put an automatic brake hold as well as an electronic parking brake in here, as it's just really nice to have in a vehicle in this price point. gonna give it a little throttle here. And the intelligent cruise is actually keeping a safe distance between myself and the vehicle in front of me. And I will say it's crazy to have adaptive cruise in a car like this. In a good way, of course. But there it is, slowing me down. And I will say, if I were to buy a Kicks, I would definitely buy one like this, having the blind spot monitoring, the adaptive cruise, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's just nice to have all these features and still have a car that'll get 36 miles a gallon and be under 25,000. And this will bring me to the end of my review of the 2022 Nissan Kicks SV.